Hello everyone, I'm Daniel, and I'm back for another true solo run on my channel. One of the things I wanted to do this year was finally play Trish Scarborough. This is the Trish Scarborough from Chapter 1. I'm just playing Chapter 1 stuff here, and I've never played her before, so this has been on my list to do for a while because I think she's like way too strong for my playstyle. So why not put her into a true solo environment? And given that we're playing the Scarlet Keys here, thing that I've not played on my channel in a couple of years at least now. Why not like put that backstory for her transitioning into chapter 2 to a little bit of a story here? So why not actually have her join the Foundation through our uh, our travels through the Scarlet Keys? Because and we kind of learned through with her new backstory that she was part of the Black Chamber, and that was, I mean, it's on the back I think of this too, right? She was in the Black Chamber, which ends up being tied to the Red Coterie. So we're going to play through this one as if that's kind of the idea. I don't think it's going to match up 100%, but that's okay. We're also going to try a Don't Trust Anyone run. So we have two Elder Things in the bag to start. This is the deck, by the way. This is very typical, I think, Trish, but we have to add a lot of stuff here to deal with enemies. In solo, there's not tons of enemies. That's the problem with her ability, which is otherwise very good. There's not a huge amount of things that we need to worry about to deal with enemies, but on the other hand, how does she kill stuff? Because there's like nothing in the Seeker kit that's that good for that. I mean, there's a few things, of course, but so we're gonna just run the rogue stuff. We've got British Bulldog, we've got a backstab or two, a sneak attack, and this coup de grace. So coup de grace, I think, is good for those 3 health enemies that are going to be around, as well as backstab. They're all tactics that we just looked at, as well as breaking and entering being a trick, and kicking the hornet's nest being a tactic as well. So the plan at this point is to put in Chuck Fergus. Feels like a Chuck Fergus deck, which I haven't played in a while. Although hilariously, I think I did play a Chuck deck in Scarlet Keys last time on the channel. So yeah, we'll see. Otherwise, we've got lots of money. We've got lots of good stuff. It's Seeker Rogue. Like, how do you go wrong? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. By the way, my weakness is the tower. I seem to have drawn this one quite a bit recently, but that just makes me want to go into big money and drop the skills, even though those are manual dexterity and perception are really good upgraded skills. So let's go for it. Oh, that's a really good opening hand, isn't it? Milan, camera, hypothesis, sig case, perception. It's not going to be like the quickest opening, but it's probably worth it just to run this. Yeah. Yeah. I think we just run that. All right. So this one starts off, we make it to London. Um, I didn't do all the time stuff. I'll do that afterwards in the app. But however much time we have, fine. To Doom, when this agenda advances, we're going to move all Doom to it to the next agenda. Okay. So we have to get our 2 clues before the agenda advances. So that seems pretty doable for Trish. This is a 2 shroud location for now. If there's no clues, we add clues to it until it has 1 clue on it. I believe this is still friendly with the camera. I believe so. All right, let's give this another shuffle, as well as the encounter deck. When we talk about the shadows, we'll do that. Let's just start with the Dr. Milan and do an investigate and then put down the camera. I think that's our plan now. So we're at 5 on 2. And it's a -4, so we fail that first one. So now we can just investigate again. Let's get our token thing up here so you can see that better. Love to draw a -4 to start. And then we'll go again. Feast or famine. All right, let's give us our clue, our resource. Didn't get the camera down, but it's just basically a wasted action. That's fine. Another cigarette case. All right. A false lead. Fine. We'll just test 1 up. It's okay to I mean, I need to get both clues if I drop this one. Maybe we do run the perception. I think we run the perception here. So 3 up. All right, very good. Trish's signature card in the shadows. Probably not something I need. I might commit it to like a backstab, but we're good here. All right, I think I want to put the camera down and then do our investigate. 5, 2, 2 once again. All right, you're really testing me. Okay, we're good. Let's take our resource and our evidence. Okay. Well, it's not the best start, but it's not the worst. So that was our 3 actions. We do want to spend these 2. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So we're going to put some locations into play. Kensington Gardens, Westminster Abbey, and Big Ben, and then we'll get the Red Glove Man. So we're also going to advance this directly, moving the Doom. All right. So this, and do we also put some other things in the discard pile? No. All right. So Big Ben, Westminster Abbey, we'll put it over here, and then finally Kensington Gardens. All right, which is off on its own. These go away. All right. Red Glove Man goes in the shadows, resolving its concealed keyword. So take his mini card and 1 decoy. Shuffle them face down. So this is his card, decoy. Shuffle them together. And then they're going to go 1 where we are. I never even put Trish here. And then 1 at another location. I don't actually remember the shrouds for any of these things, but let's stick it over there. I think that's probably a victory point. So we might as well run over there anyway. Okay, so that is that. And this guy has some health and whatnot, but I don't think that matters. If an investigator engages the Red Glove Man, we advance. So that means we just need to take our investigates here to expose a concealed card. We could do an evade, but that doesn't matter here. So we're going to replace the standard effect of the action, which is getting a clue or successfully investigating, with revealing the concealed card. All right, upkeep and narrow escape. This is hopefully if we draw enemies, that's useful. No enemies on the board yet, though. For Doom. Okay, we could lose the action or we can get attacked. I think we just get attacked for now. Seems okay. We do have 3 willpower now. This is a shroud now of 3. Do we want to put stuff down before we work on this? Probably. I think it's the SIG case. Let's do that first. And then we'll investigate here at 5 on 3, up 2, -1. Okay. It is the Red Glove Man. All right. So this engages, but then when I do engage, we're going to advance this. I do successfully investigate, by the way. That happens first. Okay, set the Red Glove Man aside. Out of play. Put the set aside Tower Bridge and Tower of London locations into play. All right, let's do that. Tower Bridge and Tower of London. That could be over that direction. And then we're going to get some stuff into Crimson Conspiracy, Outsiders, and the discard pile, correct? And the discard pile. Advance this agenda. Do not remove the Doom. Okay. So, got some story here. We have to find the man with the red gloves again, and we think that he's off to the Tower of London. So, we have to spend 3 clues. I have none. But in order to get to the Tower of London, I need to spend 2 more. So we need 5 more clues here, which is quite a bit. There's another way also, but I don't know if I can handle that. Anyway, you're out of play. That also means that the decoy goes away along with that mini card. Great. I have one more action. I still think I do go over here. I think this is the victory point. It is. Okay. And that is my whole turn. Okay, we do have a way of dealing with some enemies. Heavy rain. I have no clues, so we're just taking this 3 all. I think I commit this to go up 1, and we see what happens. We pass. Thank you, camera. Alrighty. So we're just going to take this and start moving around. Question is, do I play the hypothesis, or is my money better spent saving it? I think I do play it. I feel like I'm pretty good on time. All right, we have 5, 2, 2. Very good. That's a money. And that is also another one of these. And then I just scurry back over here. By the way, this needs to have a clue on it. So let's put a clue back here. This is once per location, huh? Yeah. Okay, that puts us up to 6. Good number. A magnifying glass makes that number even better. Under cover, there's nothing in the shadows, so we're going to have this gain surge. But we do have an enemy. All right. I don't have anything for this. So we might just have to go in the shadows or something and move. We'll think about this. Okay, so this card is going to get hollowed. So I'll make a stack over here. Don't love that. Because if I draw the other thing that cares about that, then that's bad. Okay. Getting some extra clues would not be terrible. So this is now Act 3, so this is a shot of 4. So I could take the attack, get the clue, get the automatic evade. Or we can use the narrow escape for that. The question is, do I want this guy hunting after me for the rest of the scenario? I think the answer is I have no choice. With no sneak attack, I don't have a choice. So I think the play is actually to just play this. And then we leave him here. We can go after Westminster Abbey maybe for some extra clues. Have him go that direction. Might need to sit over there for a little while. Okay, that's all right. Let's go ahead and play this as well. So this is all fast. And then we're going to take a investigate at 7 on 4. That is a -3. Nope, -1. So we'll get our clue. We will use our ability to evade this guy. Then I'm going to move over here, and we might set up or something. Okay, get an extra clue here. Let's take our resource from that. Kind of important, right? Yeah, let's just get another clue. We do. All right, so that's 5 to 1. That is going to trigger both of these things. There's our sneak attack. That's good. Problem is I don't want this guy hollowing out my whole deck, but that's what we got right now. That's another evidence here, so we have now 7 sanity. Pretty good. And the clue. Okay, we got upkeep. This guy readies as well. There's the other sneak attack. I may just have to sacrifice another card. 5 of 9. Crypt Chill. Well, it may be that the hypothesis goes now. Either that or the SIG case, but probably hypothesis. So let's use it and draw a card. No, I think we just sacrifice something. So 3 to 4. Yeah. I would have had 5 to, yeah, that would not have worked. Okay, we'll go ahead and discard the hypothesis. It's fine. Okay. I mean, he's just going to catch up to me. I don't think there's anything I can do. I might just have to move quickly. Move here for action 1. It's also a victory point. I do have 7 to 4. I probably should just do it. That is a succeed. Kicking the Hornet's Nest is pretty cool. We'll take this as well as our resource. And theoretically, although we're not playing Daryl anymore, that gets an extra evidence. And then we're going to just hop over. I know one of these is going to make you lose resources, but we can't get attacked by this guy. So we'll hop over here. Oh, it's not this one. Okay. We'll think about it. Upkeep. Manual dexterity. 6 of 9. I don't know if we really have extra clues. I don't know. So I will take the 2 damage and just call it quits. Okay. So we need to spend 2 clues here, and then I believe it's 3 clues to advance, so we need 5 altogether, and there's probably only like 1 in here. So I don't need this clue, but it's probably easy enough to get it instead. So let's do that. Start with an investigate. Oh. I don't think that does anything, right? If this is an investigation, you may choose any revealed location. You're now, yeah, there's no clue to get here, so it won't evade that guy. But I will take this. I will take, let's take the card first. That's the secret sauce with Trish. You take the card first because Sig Case is a step 6 effect. And then we get our clue. We get our resource as well. And then we discover a clue with location with an enemy. We automatically evade the enemy if it is non-elite. These guys are non-elite, and they get discarded. After they're evaded, discard them. Pretty sick. Pretty sneaky. All right, so I believe that was a investigate first action. I think I just move. So we're going to spend 2 clues. 1, 2. And then after you end your turn here, we can lose 2 resources. That's fine. We've got plenty. But also we can advance, right? And we might as well. We might as well spend our 3 clues and advance. So that clue doesn't matter. All right. Put the set-aside Tower Prison location into play. Attach the set-aside Eye of Ravens, key to Tower Prison, not controlled by anyone. All right, I had that out here. This is the prison. Let's put it closer to the camera. Okay. Attach the set-aside Eye of Ravens key to the Tower Prison, not controlled by anyone. Yoink. So we've found the Red Glove Man. He's looking for some stuff here. So we follow him through the secret passageway. Move all concealed mini cards in play. There aren't any. And then we're going to draw the set-aside Red Glove Man enemy and resolve his concealed keyword. So that's going to put him here with, I believe it's still just the one, the one decoy. So let's go ahead and flip these over, group them together, shuffle them, and put them in a stack right here. He's in the shadows, of course. I have one more action, so I can just move. That seems prudent. So we move here. So that was get a clue, move, move. All right, got some victory points here. We've got some stuff to do. I think I want to try to pull that other enemy out of the encounter deck if we can. Use our Hornet's Nest, maybe. All right. This guy's going to move. There's our tower. So now we can't commit anything. We could play this. We've got so much money. 7 of 9. We're just zipping along here. All right. So there we've now lost our coup de grace. That is fine. So this just gets discarded. For each set aside holo you own, if there are one or more copies of that holo in your play area, discard those copies and take 1 damage and 1 horror. Okay. We do that. That's a little bit tougher for what I wanted to do, which was pull the guy out of the shadows. I'm going to have to somehow defeat him. Don't really know how to do that without getting something else. But it's not a bad idea. We can use clues to get +2 for skill tests. I probably want to use this just to... I could probably grab a clue and then... Yeah, let's grab a clue first. So I have 7 on 4. All right. Another Dr. Milan. Another money. Didn't find the backstab. That's partly why I'm hesitant here. I might want to just stall this a bit. Let this guy come in here. No, I think that's incorrect. I think what we do is we play the Hornet's Nest now, and we're looking at the top 9 cards here, and we're looking for the guy who has victory, and then we'll just deal with him, I guess. We don't find the guy. We do find a coterie agent, who's not going to enter the shadows. It's a little nasty. Okay. So he doesn't get Doom. This gets shuffled. I do get the clue, a resource, and this guy will be evaded. A little annoying. And I have 1 action left. I could just kill him with the sneak attack. I could punch him up 1. I could play the tower. I could spend a clue. Up 3. I think I do that. Let's just try to dump him. Go up 3. All right. This guy's gone. So that didn't really do what we wanted to, but now we kind of know that we just have to rush the end, and we're probably not going to get lucky. There's the backstab. All right, that works too. 8 of 9. Tension reality. I can spend the clue. All right, so now we're just going for the Red Glove Man, and there's basically no other way for me to get any victory points. So let's go ahead and investigate here. 7. -3 is good, so we'll take this top 1. We'll get our resources. Well, hey, it's the guy. All right. These go away. Into our pile. And now we have to either parlay with him or defeat him. Interesting. Well, I can't commit any cards. So the parlay, I'm up 1. It ain't great, but I suppose we have a shot at that. Skulls are -1. Maybe getting rid of the tower would have been a good idea so I could commit literally anything. I mean, the backstab we could do, but that's not great. I could play the narrow escape, I suppose. That might not be a terrible idea. So the next skill test you perform this turn. That would get me up 3. Sure. We're going to play this tower. We're going to cancel that attack with this narrow escape. And then we're going to do the parlay for our last action. And we have 6, we have 8. And then we'll commit this other Dr. Milan. And cool. We get it. All right, so he's been parlayed with. We put 1 resource token on him. That's enough for us to advance. And then we advance. By the way, where is our victory point enemy? Ugh. Take a while to get there. I didn't even get to this other agenda here. That's pretty funny. What would have been there? Not much. All right. So we add the red glove man to the victory display, and we go to resolution 2. Trish is good. Had all this money and nothing to use it on because the enemies literally didn't show up. It was just this guy and the shadow agents. All right, let's see what our resolution says. All right. So resolution 2, I believe, right? We parlayed. Yep. Resolution 2. We're going to earn our 4 XP and then get 1 time. We had 1 time to begin with. Haven't seen the last of Red Glove Man. We're going to get this Eye of Raven so we can take skill tests that we're otherwise not so good at. Probably willpower ones, although we were okay with this Hawkeye folding camera, which I only have 1 copy of. All right. That'll do it. We go to the interlude, the foundation. And I suppose we're not trusting anyone, not just the foundation. We're not trusting the coterie either. And we don't tell Taylor about the disappearances. I believe that's correct. So we're going to add another elder thing. So that should give us 3 in total, if I've done the math correctly. And we hid the truth, and now we'll have to figure out where we're going. Looking at the map up here, I usually like to do a little bit of a route in this area first, and then make my way over here, maybe down up here. I kind of avoid anything over here because why bother? It takes a lot of time. I also might add in a side scenario if we go over to Arkham, maybe play Midwinter Gala, which is always fun. Maybe something else. I'll think about it. But Midwinter Gala kind of makes sense if we're somewhat dealing with the foundation. So I'll have to think on that and what to do in the meantime with all the reading. I won't subject you to those decisions. I can do that on my own. So next time we'll see what scenario we're playing. All right, that's it. See you next time.